guys doing? We've got a lot going on here. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So today, well, firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Lauren. I am the Lolo behind Lolodidit, a hand-dyed yarn business based in central Kentucky. And I have a lot of stuff going on, but the most important thing that's going on today is we have our newest yarn base USA sock in stock, ready to ship for you guys, and it is beautiful. I'm going to talk about more about that yarn base a little bit later in the stream, but I wanted you guys to know that that it is available on all of our tonal colors, sophisticated tonals, barely theirs, and our newest yarn colorways, Bad Bruja and Falling Leaves. So it is fantastic. You guys are going to love it. And like I said, I'm going to give you more details about it toward the end of the stream. So if you have questions about it, if you've been checking out our Mighty Networks community, if you have been checking out Instagram, the newsletter, and all that stuff, I've been giving a lot of information about it over the past month or so. But if you have had questions, this is your time to get them answered. So definitely check it out. And I'm going to actually pull up that information just so that I have it available just in case. All of the details about it. Because it's so cool to have a US based yarn base in our lineup. And USA DK is by far our most popular DK weight yarn base. So it's pretty cool that you guys all want to support all of these things. So I will tell you about that more later. But firstly, all of our new stuff that's been coming out, I thought I would share with you. It's been a while since I did a YouTube video, so I thought I'd share with you all of the new stuff that's been going out on the shop. So firstly, we have a new color, and I'm just going to pull this out of my project bag because this is actually what I'm knitting. This project bag is from Freckled Whimsy. I bought this like a million years ago, but it's one of my favorites because it's a sock, like little project bag. I don't think she makes project bags anymore, but I still have it in my stash, so I love it. So this colorway is Bad Bruja, brand new colorway that came out last week, I think, just very recently, just a few days ago. And this is shown here. This skein is on USA socks. So I actually have been knitting it. I started knitting it on socks, and I also started a shawl with this yarn base, and it is fantastic to knit with. So this is Bad Bruja, and then this is shown Knit Up. This is my newest pattern that is in testing right now, called Turbulent Socks, and I paired it here with Happiness, so I do have this sock set on the shop right now because I love this pairing so well. So Turbulent Socks will be out in November, and it is a really cute, squishy, ribby pattern. It's so fun. It's really, really fun to knit. It's a very easy, memorizable pattern, and you guys are going to love it. So I'm working on the second sock while my test knitters are going. If you want to be a test knitter, I'm pretty sure that the link is in the description below, but by the time this publishes, I will make sure that it is in there. It should auto-populate, but at the bottom of lolodidit.com, there is a link that says subscribe to the Test Knitter newsletter. So if you are ever interested in test knitting, and I'm always on the lookout for good test knitters, if you're ever wanting to test knit for me, that link is at the bottom of lolodidit.com. So anyways, this is Bad Bruja, and it is an extreme pink that I keep on saying like I batted it because I put like a gold tan with black and purple speckles on it, and it is just like phenomenal. It's so good. Let's see who's here. Hi Calamity, hi Wendy, you guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me. So this is Bad Bruja. It's available on all of our yarn bases except for, oh no, plus USA socks. So that's everything is out, and it's fantastic. I also have a matching little Lolo pack with it, and I also have the sock set, like I said, this sock set that has Happiness with it. So cute. I much. And I don't even know how many skeins we've dyed in the past week and a half to 2 weeks, but it's slightly ridiculous. It's awesome. I love that you guys love this one because I love it so much. And for those of you guys, I actually had a couple of people ask me what bad bruja is. It's just, bruja is witch in Spanish. And so as my second language, I tend to use a lot of Spanish in our colorway names or my patterns that I design, and I love it. So fantastic. It's a fun name, especially for the season. Let's see. Trina, hi everyone. Do I need 1 or 2 skeins for 12 men's of the, size 12 of men's USA sock? Trina, if you use a contrast cuff, heel, and toe, and you only do a 6-inch leg, you should get up to a men's 13, but you're going to be running it close. So, make sure that you're using the extra, like a contrast color for the cuff, the heels, and the toes, and you're not doing too long of a leg. So just 6 inches would be an appropriate amount, and you should be able to get up to a men's size 13. I did calculate this like years ago, so I'm pretty sure that it's a men's size 13 that you can get up to if you use contrast. But that is a good question for the Lolodidit community, because I do not knit socks almost ever for other people. Like, I knit socks for myself, and my husband doesn't want any hand knit socks because he's weird. Okay, just saying, he's weird. So I don't really knit a lot of socks for other people, but in the Lolodidit community, pretty much everybody knits socks for other people, and they would be able to give you more exact details on what they do, or if they split their skeins or any of that. The Lolodidit community is on Mighty Networks, and it is free. So as long as you're a Lolodidit customer on lolodidit.com, or if I can track your order through some other system, like we sell on Etsy and Ravelry. So as long as I can figure out who you are and you're an actual customer, you're welcome into the Lolodidit community for free. And then after that, if you want to join in other things, because the free section is just for community, posting your whips and your squishy mail and asking your questions and then all of that stuff. It's fantastic. But if you do want more out of the Lolodidit community, we do have a Patron group within the Mighty Networks that is a paid for community. And frankly, I think that there's some patrons in here who can say it, but it basically pays for itself because I give so many coupons. Patrons always get the deepest discounts off of everything. And they also get early access to any of our shop updates, one-of-a-kinds, or sale items. And right now, we actually have a 35% off sale going on for patrons. And they have early access to all of the items that are on sale before everybody else does. So it's a really good spend for $5.99 a month. So it's fantastic. So if you guys are interested in something like that, it's pretty cool. We do a lot of other things. We Zoom all the time. We have knit-alongs, and we have monthly giveaways and all sorts of stuff. But I think that honestly, for the value of the $6, you're going to get that back just by buying one skein of yarn. This 35% off this week. Like, that's just, it's pretty awesome. Let's see. Wendy said, I only knit socks for other people, and I have yet to actually keep a pair for myself. Wendy, what's wrong with you? Hand knit socks are amazing today. I have an entire drawer full of hand knit socks, and I can't help myself. I love wearing them. I wear them all the time. Even in the summertime, I wear my shorty socks, so like my summertime socks pattern. I wear that. I don't even know how many pairs of socks. It's kind of stupid. So I love wearing hand knit socks. You got to keep at least one pair for yourself, Wendy. And oh yeah, thank you so much. Both Calamity and Wendy said we love being patrons and it's the best $6. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it so much. I love my patrons, and they're really like, I'm constantly talking to them and constantly in the community and always updating people. It's so much fun. And even just in the free section, it's a great way to know what's going on at Lolodidit and what's coming next. I have a calendar of when we're releasing stuff, when discounts are coming out, if we have a collaboration with designers, and when discounts are ending or colorways are retiring. So it's kind of a great way just to keep up with stuff. So if you're a Lolodidit fan, it's fantastic. Wendy says, everyone steals them from me before they're even off the needles. What? Yeah, see, I just don't knit socks for people. I knit other things for people occasionally. I really love crocheting washcloths, and I love knitting baby socks. It's slightly an obsession. I finally wrote down my baby sock go-to pattern called Best Little Socks Ever. I finally wrote it down because I've knit it so many times and love it, and I always get compliments, or I always get people, like, when I post a picture, they're like, I want your baby sock recipe. So I finally wrote it down. So it is available as a pattern, but I give away baby socks mostly because I just love knitting them. They're just so cute, and they're just like a few hours to knit one. So I think total it takes me like 6 hours to knit a pair of little baby socks, and they are so much fun to knit. So yeah, check that out. Okay, let's see. What have I gone through? Okay, I told you about Bad Bruja. I told you that my Turbulent Socks pattern is coming out in November. Thank you to my test knitters. You guys are awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. So the other brand new colorway that I did just make available on USA Sock is Falling Leaves. So this is a brand new colorway in 2023, and it's phenomenal. And it's been really, really popular. I know a few people are knitting this colorway in their Turbulent Socks test knit, and it is so lovely. I'm showing it here on Lolo's Favorite, but I do have it available on USA Sock. And this is fantastic. So both Bad Bruja and Falling Leaves will retire like mid-November, so I just want to let you know that you have a little bit more time to get them, but not a lot of time. You have a few weeks, so go grab these new colorways. They're so cute. The next thing I came out with 2 weeks ago was my braided bulky cowl. So this is one of my latest patterns, and I actually had this test knit sometime in the summer, but I was like, it's a bulky cowl, Lauren. Like, no one's going to knit this in the summertime. So I saved it for the fall, and it is so cute. I love it. It takes 2 skeins of my Bulkylicious yarn base. And if you've never knit with Bulkylicious before, it is just so scrumptious. It's so squishy and so soft. And then, of course, it's bulky, so it knits up really fast. I love Bulkylicious. I've made a lot of patterns on Bulkylicious. The cowl, braided bulky beanie, Bulkylicious slipper socks. I don't know if I'm sure there's another one. So I love Bulkylicious. It's one of my favorites. And it's, like I said, so soft and squishy. And this pattern, it features a Latvian braid. I do have a video tutorial and written instructions on how to make a Latvian braid, and I know it looks complicated for anybody who's a newer knitter out there, but trust me, you can do it. Like, it looks really fancy, but really it's very simple instructions, and you can totally accomplish this. So I would give it a try. And then it also has a fade, just fade from one color to the next. And my test knitters, I've been posting all of their photos on there, but they all chose really, really beautiful color combos. This is Stay Golden, and that's Amore. And it fits, it's an oversized cowl. I match so well today. It's an oversized cowl, so it fits loosely around your neck. You don't have to wear it close. So it's just a cute little accessory. But in the wintertime, like, I wear this a lot. I wear cowls a lot. I love cowls. In the wintertime, when it's really cold, I have to go outside and feed the sheep or whatever, I will like scooch it up my chin and then just fold it over and then stuff it into my coat. And then when I get hot, I can just let it loose, and it doesn't really like keep that heat all the way up my neck. So that's why I like oversized cowls, because I don't necessarily want it up on my neck all the time. I kind of want to be able to do one of these when I need the warmth, and then kind of let it go when I don't. So this is so cute. I love it. And it is 60% off now if you use the coupon code. What is it? Let me look at my notes. Quick Cowl, all in caps, is 60% off. And you can get my patterns on Lolodidit.com, Ravelry, and Etsy. So you can get them all three places. Wherever you prefer to buy your patterns, you can get it. And it's 60% off in all three places using coupon code QuickCowl. And then speaking of discounts, I also put up my 4-hour sock pattern. And 4-hour sock is a DK weight shorty sock. And it is awesome for keeping your toes warm in the wintertime, but you don't necessarily want a full socks. Like when I am hanging around the house, I don't want a sock all the way up to my knees. Like I just want a sock to keep my toes warm, but I don't need it to keep like my whole leg warm. So I love the shorty sock DK weight. They're called 4-hour sock, and it is 30% off using coupon code Toasty. Again, that's on Lolodidit.com, Ravelry, and Etsy, and the coupon code is Toasty. All caps, Toasty. 30% off. Okay, so I think I got through all of the like new things that are on the shop. It's really fun. Let's see if anybody said anything. Trina said she loves Bulkylicious. Thank you, Trina. I know, I love Bulkylicious too. I love knitting with it. I knit with it all the time. And if I want a really quick, simple on-the-go project, I usually choose to take Bulkylicious with me. Like even if we go on a little weekend trip, I usually have 2 skeins of Bulkylicious just in my luggage with the correct needles, just in case I want to cast something on. So it's a really fun go-to project. So I love it. I love Bulkylicious. Okay, so now all about USA Sock. So USA Sock, if anybody has gathered their questions, I don't know if you guys have, but USA Sock is a yarn base that is produced 100% in the United States. The sheep come from a ranch. Now, this is kind of what blew my mind a little bit. So I don't know if everybody who is watching knows that we have a sheep farm here. We shepherd Tunis sheep, which is a heritage breed of sheep. And they do have wool, and they have like a medium grade wool. And we do shear them. We do offer our yarn in skeins, and the yarn that we're producing on our farm is only available to our patrons and Mighty Networks. So if you're a patron, as soon as I get that yarn, it will go on sale and you will have access to it. So we are a regenerative type of farm. So we use regenerative agriculture practices and no-till. So when I heard about this ranch that has the Rambouillet that we get for our USA Sock, who also uses the same farming practices as us, it kind of blew my mind, because it doesn't seem like if you're in the farming community, it feels like there's only a few people that I know of anyways that use these same practices. And I could be wrong. I could be like that there's a ton of people out here, but it is something that I don't run into very often that people talk about. So when I started finding out more about this ranch, I got really excited and I was like, tell me about this wool. Yes, please. I want to know all about it. And so it is Rambouillet, and Rambouillet is a fine wool, and it is similar to merino, and it's just fantastic. It's very, very, very soft wool. But it's also very, very sturdy wool. So we have it in our USA Sock. Our yarn base is 80% Rambouillet and 20% nylon. And they are 110 gram skeins and 430 yards per skein. So it's just perfect. It is a plump fingering weight. It's amazing for socks, but it's also amazing for any other fingering weight project. This is a 4-ply, So our Loriginal, which is Loriginal is our most popular fingering weight yarn base. So I'm assuming that you guys are familiar with that if you're a Lolodidit fan. Loriginal is a 3-ply, and it's not plied very tightly. But this USA sock is plied tightly, and it's a 4-ply, so it will have more strength than Loriginal. So if you are looking for a sturdier sock base, not that I really like have only rave reviews about L'Original. I don't really have any bad news about L'Original. But if you are one of those people that blows out your heels or something like that, and you want a little bit sturdier yarn, definitely try USA Sock, because it has one more ply and it's a little bit it's a little bit more tightly spun. So you might want to try that. Let's see. I saw a comment pop up. Wendy says, I haven't tried Bulkylicious yet. I'm currently winding up my Stranger Things box. I am gonna do the Dreamer shawl with them. Definitely keeping this one for myself. Oh, good. So Wendy does keep shawls for herself, just not socks. And then Calamity J says, I love Rambouillet sheep. Their fiber is so fun to spin. It is fun to spin. I know. I'm such a huge fan as a spinner. I spin with Rambouillet all the time, but I have not seen a lot of Rambouillet yarn like produced. So like I said, I was really excited to see that. So this is a 4-ply yarn base, 430 yards, and it is a small batch yarn. So at any time they get a new shipment in, it's a new spin. So there are very slight differences between batches, but it's not anything to be like, oh my gosh, like our USA DK has the same thing. Like there's very minor differences between the batches, but there are minor differences between the batches. So I want to let you know that it is a small batch. It is not ginormously produced. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. But it is fantastic. I love it. It is sturdy. It's very round. So if you look at the yarn, I don't know if you could see that. It is a very, very round yarn, which means that it's very good for stitch definition. So if you're doing ribbing, if you're doing cables, if you're doing lace, this is a fantastic yarn for that because it just holds its shape really well. It's not very fuzzy. It's more of a round base, and it's so good. For those of you guys who have been Lolodidit fans for a while, you might be familiar with our Everyday Sock and Plush Sock, which we retired earlier this year. Everyday Sock is also a round 4-ply, but it's a thinner fingering weight yarn base. And then Plush Sock was a round 4-ply, and it was plump, but it had tencel in it, and so that took the dye a little bit lighter. So what I tried to do was find a yarn base that really married these attributes together of things that customers always told me that they loved. So they love when it takes the dye deeply. They love when the speckles are really crisp and sharp. They love a plump fingering weight yarn, and they love a sturdy yarn. So I feel like this yarn takes the things that people loved about Everyday Sock and Plush Sock and just married them together really beautifully. So I think that you guys will love it. I think you guys will absolutely love it. And I've already had really great reviews from our patrons. So I had a few extra skeins of our sample skeins. They weren't full skeins or anything. They were just samples. And I had a few skeins left, so I sent them out to a few test knitters who are test knitting my turbulent socks to get, feedback on them. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, Lauren, this is it. This is the sock base. So I think you guys will like it a lot. I did have a question on clubs, if I will be making USA Sock available for clubs. And the answer is yes. I will not be changing our current lineup for our clubs, but I will be offering it on future clubs. And I have a few clubs that I have in the works that will be coming out in the next couple of months. So keep an eye out for those. And yes, USA Sock will be available in the club collections for 2024, as long as it's a new club. So any of the current clubs, I'm keeping the same. Jenny! Jenny is one of the people who has access to the USA sock ahead of time, and she says she loves the base. So thank you so much, Jenny. And I don't know if Carol's in here, but Carol also is knitting it up. So it's really, really fun. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Okay, so clubs, USA sock, yes, going forward. And then a lot of people have been asking me about mini skeins. I have been carrying Loriginal mini skeins for our fingering weight mini skein for forever. I don't even know how long it's been. Loriginal is a yarn base that we get produced just for us, and it's fantastic. It is everything that I wanted in a fingering weight yarn base, and we made it happen. And it's beautiful and so lovely. So our Loriginal fingering weight mini skeins, which we call little Lolos, are very, very popular. So I don't know if I will be changing from Loriginal to USA sock, but what I will tell you is that if USA sock goes crazy, then I will definitely consider it. So it just depends on your response to it, and if you like it enough, if you want to use that, if customers in general want to use that more than the Loriginal, then it would be something I would consider. But because I already have my orders placed for Loriginal and Little Lolo Loriginal for the year of 2024, I probably wouldn't be moving to that very quickly. So definitely don't look for it in the next 9 months, because I definitely have all of my orders already placed for Loriginal. But give me your feedback. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you like. I always listen, and I always try to make sure that our yarn-based lineup is exactly what you're looking for. So, which is awesome. So now that I've told you all about that, and I've told you a little bit about what the patrons get and our Lolodidit community, don't forget to join. You can join for free as long as you're a Lolodidit customer at lolodidit.mn.co. And the link should be below. We have a lot of perks for the community, but it is pretty basic. It's a place to share your whips, your finished objects, your wins. You can post your questions about what you're knitting, and you do have a calendar of events of all of the things that are going on at Lolodidit. But the patrons really get all of the perks. I mean, there's so many things going on in the patron section, and there's something for everyone in there. We have weekly Zooms. We have more than weekly Zooms. We have about 6 Zooms a month. And we have knit-alongs going on. We have prizes going on all the time. But I think the biggest thing that people like is early access to our shop updates and bigger discounts and coupon codes. So join our Patron group at lolodidit.mn.co. You join the community for free, and then our Patron group is a group within our Mighty Networks community. Because we have a whole bunch. I think we have put up 400 skeins in the past 2 weeks of yarn, and most of it is deeply discounted, about 35% across the board on a ton of colorways and a ton of yarn. People are getting sweater quantities. It's like crazy. We have so much yarn on there. So that early access to that discount, and also the yarn that is discounted, is available to patrons, and they've had access to this yarn for like a week and a half. And the shop update that will take everything that the patrons didn't buy and put it available to everybody else will be on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So if you don't want to join our Patron group, you still have access to these items, but they are picking it over. I mean, they are getting exactly what they want. It's so much fun packing up all of these orders for them and seeing all of it. And then, of course, they're posting their squishy mail in the community. So it's been really fun to see all the plans that they have for all of this yarn. It's fantastic. So Jenny said, completely worth it and a great group of people. Yes, if you want a knitting community that's very uplifting, we love each other. We don't just talk about knitting. We definitely talk about life and books we're reading and TV shows we're watching. We even have a little channel in the Patron group called All Things Scottish, where we have a very large fan base of Outlander people. So a lot of photos of Jamie are going on. So we have a lot of stuff going on. We share our pets and our knits and just all of the stuff. It's so much fun. It's so encouraging and uplifting. And we do have a patron gathering coming up in April of 2024. So if you're a patron, you can join our gathering or retreat or whatever word you want to use in April of 2024 here in Kentucky. And last year we had our very first one, and it was seriously the best weekend of 2024. Like, I still have beautiful memories. It was such a joy getting to see everybody in person, getting to knit with them in person, getting to chit chat, and just, have good food, good drinks, having our knitting out there, swapping yarn, and I had yarn for sale, of course, and all of that stuff. It was a blast. Everybody had a great time. I got so much good feedback. And of course, approximately 1 week after the gathering, everybody started emailing me like, we're going to have this next year, right? And so now that it's been 6 months, I get messages all the time asking me about it. So yes, we are having one. It is the last weekend of April in 2024 here in Lexington, Kentucky. Well, here. I live like 45 minutes south of Lexington, but like in Lexington, Kentucky, about 10 minutes away from the airport, we have our retreat. And if you're a patron, you will have the opportunity to go, and it's really fun. So definitely join our patron group. There's so many perks that you won't want to miss, because all of the people in there are awesome. So I think that's everything that I have going on, but I want to thank you all so much for being here on the live. I have a whole bunch of people here live. Thank you so much for loving on Lolodidit and supporting our small business. It means the world to us. We love it so much. And Mr. Lolo, he's actually getting emails. I don't know if anybody's emailed him about t-shirts, but he's been responding. But he's been designing a whole bunch of t-shirts and merchandise and swag that's available on our website. So he's been having a lot of fun with his own style of creativity. While I'm dyeing all the yarn, he's been working on that stuff, and it's been so much fun, and everybody's getting behind it. So all of these things really make a huge difference to us. We love it. We're so thankful. Us and our hardworking team. You supporting us keeps us around. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do. And I will see you in the Lolodidit community. And I thank you so much. Love you all. Bye.